far, but
They found my wire.
More utilities come through, playing very passively, but Subroza actually gets the flank. I think NRG took a little long.
Yeah, NRG have to go quickly. KOLER doesn't go Wardell good for one. Tailwind's away.
Cutting their vision.
This life is more important than I can say currently.
One player remaining.
Subroza from the flank finds one more.
I'm still hungry.
And a beautiful pinch up from Subroza from behind.
30
Give
seconds
TSM
left.
a small advantage, but it just comes down to can they hold this initially. Sam on the way in. He's not able to lock down the burst. Gets it eventually, but hazed is there for the immediate trade. Run it back is coming through for a drone who isn't able to find the player at long, but hazed already in the site has cleared up a lot of the pressure. Hazed has found 4. There's one more member left. It's daps. It's a 1v3 for him. He's getting pinched from behind. There's not enough time for him to even pick up the spike. And daps is just trying to make it interesting with kills. He does find one and will back away, try to save his life, but what a hold for TSM. It's going to be pretty quick, hot, and heavy as hazed is trying to set up. You also have KOLER setting up for a recon bolt. There goes the paranoia. Spy came up top, will be dealt with by Subroza, who actually avoids getting tagged by the dart. But as daps and effys find the first two, this retake is hard-pressed to even get started, and Wardell will not be able to really continue the effort, so he'll back away as he finds one pick with the scope.
Yeah, it's a strange round from TSM. They didn't really have too much utility to really work with when trying to break through onto the site.
Sneak this defuse. Hot hands will deny the initial attempt from drone. Dark cover should dissipate here soon. Span shots coming through. Paranoia. That's already halfway. No way. That's going to look pretty solid for almost the full defuse. eeiu able to stop it, but it's again halfway through. But just as they try to go on one more time, it's just down to Wardell. He'll find one more pick and do the same thing. He'll back away again. Help here, and this is a different angle. Now trying to go for the retake. Wardell's gonna hit the blade storm. Subroza coming in. Will find one. Drone is able to find another, and everything comes down to Sam. Curveball comes through. And this is a 1v3. He'll be zoned out by the hot hands. Wardell finds the easy shot, and the retake will be good for TSM to tie it at 4.
It is going to be planted for long, though. And this Fury is actually going to be used early just to try and catch this play. But Subroza in the lurk gets caught up by daps. Completely red at this point, and it's a 4v4.
And yeah, there's a trade there for a drone, but Subroza was everything for this potential retake early, at least for TSM. So now in a 4v4 with no ultimates to break through, you're going to have to either try to find a way to brute force your way in from the front, or hope that drone on the backside can find a couple of kills. He's going to try to make this play through C long. 3 members will make their way onto site at the moment. KOLER is diligently watching for this angle, takes care of drone. Now the Hunter's Fury to come through to stop for any sort of attempt for the defuse. KOLER is able to find one more elimination. Shock darts will come through, and not going to be opportunity for KOLER to hold. A beautiful save there through, as again, things were looking dicey for a moment, but the retake denied as NRG are able to put themselves on 5. To realize that, okay, the Phoenix is still over at B. Let's let him exist. Let's make this rotation through C garage. Nice paranoia coming through for hazed. He gets a lineup of 3, but doesn't get the 4th. Sam there for the immediate trade, but is it too costly? 20 seconds and a reset for NRG.
I think they fell right into TSM's trap there. A lot of nice pressure from NRG, but TSM sort of read the play, had a lot of players stacked up in that position, and hazed yet again with another solid paranoia being able to follow through on the end. The spike is maybe good. I don't think there's enough time. Nah, just not enough. But that's a big round for TSM on this defending half. Like, they tap pause just to make sure that they could at least win this one. Now their attack is a lot stronger. The triple duelist should see a bit more interest in play. Awkward one, even in a 5v5, time's sort of ticking away. Subroza's wanted to try and face as much as possible, but he gets hit by the paranoia and the recon bolt. KOLER gets first blood.
KOLER really showing up on these retakes so far. Down at 37 HP, 5v3, and again, this spike in the back corner is very spammable. Wardell finds one, shock dart gets another. Hazed able to find himself 3 in a row. eeiu cannot hold off, even though the spike was put down. And actually, pardon me, it actually does fully get diffused. I didn't hear it come out, and effys will actually put a little bit of punishment on the back end.
Gonna have another duelist prop him up, but daps is gonna peek at the right opportunity. He was waiting there the whole time. He can pick up 2. Straightforward round. The rest of TSM going to be breaking in onto the C site, but they get hit by another great paranoia.
And daps just holding this corner from the garage. Is gonna find a third kill. Knows where the fourth would be. Looking for the ace. Gonna go to the classic, but he will be denied it. Now, part of the eeiu actually confirmed the final kill. Spike down. You're trapped on site right now if you're TSM. You really need to hope that Wardell can find a couple of picks, and he does find the first. Blazewell will come through. That will allow rotation for those members that were lurking through Simon to come on in. Nobody expects KOLER to sit as close as he was. There is a 1-for-1 trade, but this is all costing time, and TSM in the meantime will be in a 3v1 as Wardell locks down 3, make it 4 kills. Wardell locking stuff up for TSM as they take the gun round.
As many people as possible. But this is going to be much tougher than a pistol round. That's for sure.
That's for damn sure. 1-for-1 trade though. KOLER trying to come through. A lot of information off the recon bolt. KOLER for 2. Wardell trying to stay alive. Hunter's Fury trying to deny as much time as possible off this defuse. And a couple of lineups for KOLER, but the stick will still be there. You saw there for a moment, though, KOLER had almost all 4 members lined up for him. Nearly a chance as the last numbers were low, but once again, it will be a defuse to come through, and NRG looking solid so far in their defense as they hit 10 first. Recon Bolt will come through first. It'll be immediately destroyed. KOLER on the way in. He'll find one. One more in the corner. Tries to play for the weapon. Good help from some. And now it's just down to TSM on their post plant, trying to hold off deep. KOLER is going to find one. Wardell falls. Up trap. It goes over the top. He's not going to find Subroza, who spams through the dark cover. He'll double up, and TSM able to clutch up the round.
And wait, could be very useful. But Subroza's given his position. A nice little shoulder peek was enough, but he wins that engagement. Empress is down. It's a 4 versus 2.
It's a massive pickup. If the Empress gets reset there, there's an opportunity to pull the flank through, but daps normally plays C garage, this time inches forward to the C site itself, capitalizes on the last 2 kills, and this is a different NRG team than when we saw them play up against Beast Coast, Ryan.
Slow. Glacial almost from NRG, who might just consider saving the guns. That's a really nice paranoia. The Som dash into the smoke, spraying, hoping he can get a frag onto hazed. He can, but there's still so many other players on TSM on the site.
Oh, but they're able to go away with some nice trades. Last one left. It's down to Subroza for a 1v2, but the spike needs to be defused up top. daps is going to overwatch it. He's going to find his 3rd kill. And NRG on map point 12-9 up. And TSM, they should still be okay to afford what they want, but it'll be tight.
It was unnecessary.
You get the first blood. That might be enough for you to put this map away. daps, though, is going to have to find a couple of kills as the spike makes its way forward. The spike is going to be down. daps has found a 3rd. Neural theft now coming through. Wardell's position will be revealed. Is he going to find a 4th kill? Tries to do a little bit of red dot chasing, but KOLER punishes. 2v3, but KOLER's on the back. He's going to find the first. Everything comes down to Wardell. Not going to find it. NRG strike first. 13-9 on Haven.
That is not a good look if you're TSM, to say the least. NRG is probably one of the weaker teams that came through the qualifiers. They looked the weaker team, but that is a resurgence from there.
Up top B tower and a 5-man hit from the high ground. I can't imagine seeing it go through all that successfully, but this is taking a lot of time. At what point are you going to hit the go call? Maybe that will do it as Sam is able to find one. Drone gets the trade. Paranoia going to come through, and NRG now onto the site.
They usually explode with getting all of these kills in tandem, but you can see the Phoenix's position on the side of TSM is very deep. They're not maybe expecting him, but the Hot Hands is going to give away that position. daps is 6 HP, is going to try and face him, right-click him in the face. He can do that at least, but it's a 1 versus 1, 2 HP hazed. He's done enough. There's no time for the defuse to come in. A nice attacking execute coming out of TSM. Very aggressive, very quick.
TSM still stacking. There's a spy cam nearby that daps is known to use, and he's just going to read all 3 of these members, not even going for a tag. Pinch trying to potentially get here. daps, good help with the fault line, will find the first kill and be able to stay alive. effys one more, and now all of a sudden TSM completely trapped and isolated, and KOLER dropping the spike won't make things any easier for hazed.
The 1 versus 3 fight here, even with the lesser guns, that's a great way to break onto this site, but there's a lot of people from NRG stacked over, and that paranoia is clutch.
Showstopper for Subroza actually comes up empty. Not even a lot of damage confirmed off of it. So all of a sudden, TSM are going to have to find a different way to enter onto the site. effys is holding his right, but does he recognize that there are a number of members here to the left? Only finds one. Should have had a lineup, I think, in his mind, and many others. And with Wardell able to find the shot with the operator, now all of a sudden it's a 3v2, and TSM should get this spike down without much contest. You do have Sam who's trying to contest. This comes out of the cloudburst. He finds two and a beautiful flashpoint forward for eeiu, making use of the breach again.
I love the way that you just said without much context, and then Som's like, I'm just going to get a triple kill. And we're just not really seeing the same TSM at this point.
daps, another cheeky camera position. Is going to read the information that here comes the hit towards A. daps up top is good for one. Some another. KOLER able to find at least one trade, but that'll be likely about it. hazed does make things interesting with a couple of kills. He's going to hit the shrouded step, pick up the spike, and not going to have enough time to commit. He would have had if he just held on to it, but instead, maybe second guessed himself a touch. Can he force one more repurchase? No, effys will shut him down, and NRG, they take the lead here with 3 straight rounds. KOLER's the one who's close, and Subroza falls. It's going to be a run it back simultaneously with the Rolling Thunder. And KOLER, recognizing there's a lot of pressure, will pull the showstopper out, and those are 2 key ultimates for TSM that are not going to find initial value off the ultimates themselves. But here still comes the hit. effys on the site, only good for 1, but really technically he's good for 3 as he finds himself 3 total in the round. We've got ourselves a 2v2. Plant trying to come out. You've got eeiu up top. He's good for 1. He's good for 2, and NRG clean on the retake. A, which is currently where Sam is positioned with the operator, and this is going to be a full stack after a flashpoint comes through. Right down the middle. Sam, good for 1. Tailwind away, stays alive. That's how key is this. Oh my goodness. One more up front, close and personal. Goes to the classic, but flash beyond belief. KOLER for 2. That'll open up space onto the A site, but trades are decent for NRG. They'll have a numbers advantage to 3v2 for the retake.
And TSM don't really have much ground to hold on to in this 2 versus 3. You can see them wrap around. The paranoid misses though, but that gives away the position of where effys is playing from. So they are going to be pushed onto site. Nice pick from KOLER. He can't win that, but it's a 2 versus 1. Drone having the operator is going to be able to break it down. He knows that effys was coming from A main. Does he expect him on the site? Does he expect him on the spike? He does now because the defuse was tricked. But with the operator now sat in the smoke, he needs to have reactive aim. Is he going to be expecting? Just misses out. effys plays that smartly, and he is going to have enough time for the defuse to come through.
Did he get legged off the no scope?
There's no way.
Is playing the backside of A.
Speaking of operator, Wardell has one in hand, but this is a big rocket launcher for Subroza. He's trying to work out where Som is. If he fires it now, he might be able to get the frag. He doesn't. The Blade Storm takes him out of all things. So Som's still alive with the operator, with the ultimate. Is going to let this spike get planted, but 4 ultimates on the retake.
Som isn't just alive, Ryan. He took no damage. How confusing is that right there if you're looking at it from Subroza's POV? Wardell good for 1. Double updraft coming through. Som not quite great with the knives in that position. KOLER with a showstopper of his own. Takes down Drone and absolutely puts KOLER on critical HP. He's by himself for a 1v4. No chance there. NRG with another retake.
It's a scary threat. Spike gets planted.
All he has to do is wait to hear when the retake engagement comes through, and then he can make his presence felt. Oh, KOLER, big play as he gets up top, but will be denied as Subroza finds the immediate trade. Still a good post-plant position through a long here for Subroza. But how about this? There's going to be a check here on the drone through ropes, rather, and daps does find the kill. So now the Rolling Thunder comes through. A push for Sam with the frenzy. He finds 1. You're going to get trades coming through as the Spectre's good for another, and Subroza can't find a single pick. NRG cleanly retake once again. They'll be up 9-2 with 1 more to play in the half.
So 4 versus 3. They can't afford to slow down the play a little bit. hazed is in a nice spot, but Som is very cautious of what's coming in behind him. Fully paranoid, he's going to smoke himself out. Again, manages to survive in a very difficult position. effys not dedicating to from the shadows, having to rotate all the way around. So NRG are going to be a little bit late to execute on this retake. But they have some nice positioning already. eeiu has heaven control.
Man, effys, I think, would really, when he watches that back, would love to have made himself potentially committed. His drone, curveball forward. He's going to deal with the operator of Som. effys also flashed up. Not going to find the kill. eeiu's good for 1, but KOLER, he'll stay alive. It was effys who was trying to find that angle. Couldn't quite confirm the kill. And he's in a 1v3 with a lot of time already ticking away. Subroza will punish, and TSM, as you mentioned, Ryan, must win round. They do take it, but is 3 truly enough as they swap over to the defensive side? With only 20 seconds to play, the clock might be one of the biggest opponents here for NRG. Here comes the commitment. Subroza's already getting out of sight, though. Wardell's good for 1, down to 15 seconds. Still more shots down low. Subroza finds another, down to 10 seconds. Still
left.
Player in the back, but Som is good for all 3. The spike will be planted, but effys falls in the hot hands, and Sam is going to have to find the full ace to secure the round here for NRG.
Some really nice utility coming out there. The fault line and the hot hands confirming that kill. Something's going to get flashed around this corner. He peeks away just in time, but Drone gets the wallbang headshot. It's awkward now.
Round 2 Blade Storm for NRG. And Sam's kill potential might just be enough. These are weapons that have been picked up. Curveball comes through. eeiu only good for a little bit of damage. Sam finding a kill. The right click gonna miss. Now to the classic. He goes up top. Wardell a little bit shaky with his shots. KOLER will eventually put him down, and a thrifty round comes through for NRG. Full available to them, but this defense was right through middle to A tower. Can they find the kills though? Sam, a lot of damage confirmed. Comes with a jump peek. Wardell for 2. Now it's just down to eeiu, and he really can't challenge this by himself. He'll give it a go, but Wardell will find 4 kills, and TSM bounce back just to grab an ultimate orb. So you at home can decide if it's worth the value. Subroza caught with the boom bot out, but hazed is there for at least the trade, and the boom bot will actually stop the rest of the hit, mostly from coming through quickly. hazed is good for a second. eeiu trying to find multiple, but hazed is good for 3. So in 2v2, effys will be allowed to get the spike planted, but there will be the attempt for a retake as you've got high ground control and the ability to push through bottom dirt.
That's a lot of information that daps was able to get at least. Wardell can't afford to take the tag out. He actually gets taken out, and daps can at least see where Drone is. He has to peek aggressively here. He's going to take that fight. Nice peek onto daps.
Oh!
Really clutch play from Drone there. TSM desperately needed that.
Not worrying about the footstep sounds, he just pushes right onto sight, and he isolates
this.
both players.
Oh my
Sam trying to
God.
get aggressive. Wardell responds quickly. Paint shells will punish a little bit more. Wardell up top, trying to get the operator online for a second. He will find the kill, and hazed, meanwhile, has found a third. That was over through B main. Drone one more through ropes, and now it's just down to 1. It's effys, and, well, he will make a bunch of noise, and now TSM will know exactly where he is.
Wardell might be able to add to that tally. He does. 3K for him with the operator.
Planted for a bit of extra cash, but it's not going to be allowed to as here comes the hit. effys isn't good for another kill as Wardell puts him down, and we're tied 10. And again, for TSM's defense, they barely spend anything.
Coming in something similar this time. Blade Storm is going to be used instantly from some, but he's got a lot of players he's about to face.
Needs to find one least pick. Well, how about this? KOLER on the backside will at least get information. That's a weapon corralled. He'll drop that for daps. From the shadows is going to be spent. hazed is going to commit to this. There's one player nearby. It was eeiu, but isn't able to find the kill. That would have been a big pickup for NRG in the hope of an eco, but as they lose some of their biggest kill potential of Sam, it's going to be a 4v2. Subroza really wanted to make this 11th round come through cleanly. Spends the showstopper. Wardell's good for the kill. daps last player left alive. I don't know what happened to his Phantom, but he was running with the Sheriff instead. And it will be 3 members for TSM to survive as they get put onto 11.
Of what NRG could throw at him.
Rolling Thunder, Paranoid, that's all spent over to the top side of B Tower. Nothing to break off from Wardell's position. He updrafts over the showstopper. Cutler's good for 1, but NRG on the way through. They're still alive for this attack as eeiu comes away with a double, and effys will plant the spike.
It's going to be tough now. effys shrouded step right into the corner. hazed still has the paranoia. Drone still has both of his flashes. This is a lot of key utility for TSM to make use out of. They're going to execute together. That's a really nice aftershock that's going to create a bit of space, but now it's a 1 versus 2. hazed gets caught in a crossfire. And what a response from NRG.
But if they can find a way to take down Drone, this is still an execute that could come through cleanly. Flashpoint comes out, and Sam's able to find the trade back. So now 4v4 defensively, TSM on the rotation. The only one left alive is going to be Cutler on the site, but he's done this before. This time, though, he only comes away with 1. Wardell with the Blade Storm, gonna find nothing as eeiu finds the second. A 3v2, and NRG can set up their post plant.
Subroza has a paint shell, getting the right angle on this, forcing some of these NRG players away from the angles that they want to hold is going to be key. Still has the blast pack, so could even hop out and offer himself up as bait. Smokes have come through to bring on A main. It gets used in a position where there is nobody from NRG stood. They're going to be fighting all on this site.
And is there any more utility for TSM to work their way in? Blast pack comes through, does find a little bit of chip damage, but ekis is good for 1 kill. hazed, all down to him. He finds 2, knows the last player is sitting by the board, but daps clutches up in NRG. They're not just on map point here, friends. They are on match point.
They've read this so well. NRG might be expecting a pretty open side, but there's a lot of crossfires in. That's a really nice flash, though. Subroza taken out. Paranoia hits Som, who's going to continue pushing, using all of his smokes to try and make some space. Hazed is at least good for one. It's eeiu. The run it back is going to be used on the defended side. effys is the last alive. He's going to try and teleport out, but he gets caught. We're going to overtime. Overtime, they go through to the winners final. And TSM could be eliminated in the next game later today.
Blast back coming through. Som not good for the shot. Has to try to back away, but Subroza's good for a double. TSM on the A site, but are deciding what they want to do with the plant. They still haven't gotten the spike down yet. So with that, there will be the opportunity for NRG to be here defensively with a little bit of extra time to play with, but Wardell, he's got an operator. You've got Subroza holding a different corner with the second one that they picked up off the ground, and I just don't know how you do this if you're NRG. That first kill is a good one, though, for daps. But effys and daps trying to work this together still have to get through the operator of Wardell, and they're not going to be able to do it. TSM, they strike first in OT.
That map being Ascent, if TSM can win this next round on the defense.
Nice shot from Wardell just before the cloudburst fully gets developed. Som, though, for one. Wardell's able to find a second. That'll stall things again for NRG. Wardell for 3. One more below him. There's going to be a trade for eeiu, but this will be a 1v4 situation for him. He does have the spike to play with. Has the idea on where drone is. There's another elimination. Has hazed up top, but hazed clutches things up. 14-12 in OT. We're going to a set for map number 3. Control of the tree room and garden as they look to set up their post plant. The one thing that they're not going to be expecting is Subroza all the way on the back side. It just comes down to the timing of this hit right here.
That was so dangerous because there's this massive gap now where all of NRG are funneling through onto tree. You've got Subroza, though, that's been completely uncontested. He's good for 2. Tries to get the headshot onto effys, but he is the last alive. I was so worried for TSM with how open that they were going to be exploited from the main doorway. And kill the tripwire, but at the same time, daps tries to peek off of it. Wins that engagement, even with the smoke coming down to try and mask it. So immediately, NRG have the man advantage, and considering how low drone is here, he still manages to survive him when KOLER trying to face him, and he gets the frag.
Wardell's able to find another one, so now the A site's wide open. Som can't really truly challenge, but as the smokes start to dissipate, the spike will be planted, and Som, I don't know if he recognizes this, but all 3 members are in front of him. Gets a read on the second. He will find the headshot before Drone finds the kill. Good flash coming through. Drone for his 3rd, looking for the 1v1. Down to 37 HP, now down to 11. And the run it back is not going to be spent to do too much besides give an extra life. There's going to be the first kill. No chance for him to recoup after the teleport back, and daps will add a little bit of extra sauce at the end as he wins the 1v1 and gets the defuse.
Impact. Round isn't over yet. It's still a 4 versus 3, and NRG still have money, but it's going to be a really tough retake. They are spreading very thin across the sites, and considering that Som is still on B, not wanting to take part in this, you would expect TSM to take this round.
effys on the lurk, long flank, 2 members nearby, holding the angle. He's going to be good for the first. Does he expect the second? Sort of, but Drone's able to put him down. Now the showstopper up top. TSM want to clean up this round now. Blast pack through the corner. KOLER's gonna peek. That'll be the end of him. Hazed will find the kill before the showstopper could reach. Som shoulder check. Right click. Not even gonna come through. He was trusting the individual knives. They won't connect, and TSM take the 4th round. Opportunity for NRG to push forward, knowing that TSM had to respond to this player on the potential flank. Dark cover set. Recon bolt not finding much. eeiu right above. As he drops, he's gonna find 1. eeiu looking for more now. Dark cover through. There's the shock dart. eeiu gonna find 1 more. It's down to a 1v1. He clutches it up, but there's not enough time for the defuse. So TSM, they will find themselves up 4-1 here early offensively. And NRG, again, not surviving with a lot of members. It's going to be a hit right onto his location. Hunter's Fury's going to come out. Here comes the challenge. And KOLER's only good for 1 initially. KOLER, though, with the Hunter's Fury, has cleared up some space for this hit to come through. Som trying to stay alive. Down to 55 HP. effys! What a transfer! He finds himself 2. Looking for a 3rd at range, but Wardell is able to make things now down to a 1v2. Gets a read on 1 player through the tree, predicts eeiu correctly, but doesn't hold the angle long enough. And NRG, they take the must-win round.
Because TSM do start to make a lot of mistakes that can be punished.
So here they go, aggressive. Blast pack will not really allow KOLER a chance for the kill, so KOLER will clean things up. Not a lot of trigger discipline showcased there, so now Som. How many is he good for? There's the first. Number 2 through. Third one in the corner, but it's a double peek that comes out, and hazed will be able to find the punish. So 3v3, a couple weapons should be picked up, and Wardell will find one more pick onto effys, who was looking for an aggressive challenge. And now NRG trying to break this up with a 2v3. Nice shots for daps, but doesn't confirm the kill. The spam shots, though, are good. eeiu also committed to Hunter's Fury. Will be challenged from the side. hazed with the pick. Daps through the wall again. Now to a 1v1. And I think he's got a beat on where exactly Subroza's playing. Knows he's in the archway, but time is becoming a consideration. Who's got the better reaction? It's gonna be Subroza, a thrifty round for TSM up 5-2.
Joke's over. You're
Running
dead.
back is going to be used. Paranoia is a nice counter to it. It finds very little over that the Omen's on site. He can teleport out though, but it's daps and KOLER that get so many frags. Frey versus Frey now. It's a bloodbath, but it's slowed down now to a nice 2v2.
And the Empress from KOLER doesn't find too much. effys can't find his counterpart of hazed, so now it's just down to eeiu. One member down to critical HP, that's hazed, who's down to about a bullet.
Oh,
Shock
no.
Dart did not get the bounce that eeiu was hoping for. Recon Bolt will find a bit of information. He is able to confirm some damage, but not a kill. So will he actually know that both players are not just positioned in lower hell, but are also down to a couple of bullets? eeiu making the play, gets onto site. Spam shots are there. hazed with his third kill cleans things up, and TSM really starting to snowball this attacking half. Allowed them to not just take back this series, but potentially take over. effys able to find first blood defensively. Showstopper not finding a lot. Run it back for a drone as he pushes through over to tree. He will find one, and with good help from Subroza, they will come on top of the trades with the spike being planted.
Have full A main control. It's going to be smoked off. They can sort of uproot Wardell from underneath hell. They've got a great opening of getting this spike defused.
Wardell able to find one kill as he will again pressed forward. Some good for the first, but he needs to find two more. And won't need to do a 1v3. Good timing off the hot hands. That'll push Sam off and give a little bit of extra time, and Sam is going to recognize he's not going to have time for this. 1 HP at that. And now as hazed pushes us forward, you'll find first blood, and TSM will wrap this bomb back over to B.
Yeah, effys wanted to at least try and trade, but he's 2 HP. He does have a smoke still, another one coming online soon, but did he expect this aggressive push from hazed? He's gone all the way to the defender's spawn. All of this map control now into TSM. It's just going to be somewhere the operator. 10-2
Not even fully being utilized. Boombot, curveball, paint shells, all the being used, but the paranoia will again stop anything from coming out. Classic won't be good for too much bullet penetration, but drone still finds first blood. Cutler another. The retake looking a bit better here. Cutler for 3. That was just down to Wardell. Frenzy with 2 bullets. Not going to be enough. Time becoming a problem. Recon bolt comes through, the reload gets off, but eeiu punishes, and NRG will take the pistol. They start to build this information. NRG are going to recognize that this threat will 100% be from the front. Wardell, he's good for the first kill. Now there's potential for numbers. KOLER, low HP, he gets caught out.
Look
With
at
that,
daps.
effys also falls. Daps trying to play for the flank, has to go massive. There's the first. He gets good help from eeiu for the second. It changes the weapons out, but hazed is there for the easy kill. And TSM will retake, and it won't even be all that costly as they find themselves up 11-4. Also can pull the Blade Storm here, and it looks like that will occur. Sam looking to get aggressive, updraft immediately on this site, but not taking care of drone means that he's gonna actually split this up into 2. Now it's also a push through for hazed. He takes care of eeiu as he couldn't put the Hunter's Fury down in time. Run it back coming out. TSM not interested in giving NRG any opportunity at all. And with that, it will be the final kill from Cutler off the Hunter's Fury. A flawless round defensively, and TSM on match point.
Declare all of these angles. Drone knows that they're coming. This is it.
Good help from Wardell. A lot of trust there. Drone with a secondary peek will line up the other 2. Double kill for him. Spike on the site. Last hope for NRG to stay in the winner's side of Group B. Comes down to eeiu to extend the map. Might get an opportunity here for the first. That one's free on the Cutler. But the rest, I'm sure, will not be nearly as easy.
How are TSM going to play this, though? Drone is actually going to push up. If he gets caught out here, that's a big loss. He does. Oh, this has got interesting. eeiu has a recon bolt coming online in a second. Where's he going to throw it?
He's going to try to bounce it up, but gets caught. hazed finds the kill. GG's in the chat, and NRG were a round away from taking their first big win versus a major organization. Bye.